Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of PC Building Simulator. Today we're going to have 4 different jobs to do, and then I believe we have 2 for the next business day, which I again already ordered the parts for. So we'll just take a look here. So that Crypto Maniac one is back, Mona. This time she wants dual graphics cards, and she wants the Radeon RX Vega 64 or better. I ended up just getting those, 2 of those. Then we're going to have a Feudal Fantasy 13 minimum spec, and they're going to want Seagate parts. And then this one is a Diagnose and Fix. Let's see, where did I see? Really bad burning smell. Now it won't turn on. Need pretty soon. Vents looked a bit clogged. Might have visited one too many dodgy sites. I took it as the power supply unit, and then there's obviously probably going to be a lot of dust, and then we'll have to look for the virus scanner. And then on this new build, we're going to want it to run Adobe Premiere Pro CC recommended. I already have the components for that as well. Just wants nice and shiny new components. Alright, so first we're going to have is, actually we'll get our parts here. First we're going to have is Mona. Then we're going to have a sleep pencil. Is that one a build? That one was a build, right? Let's see. Yeah, that's a build, so that's one of our empty cases on table 2. And it is this one. And then third is going to be the Fix the PC one, which is this one. And then we'll leave the 4th one there. So this one should be simple because I already checked on the PC status, and it shows the motherboard on here can actually accept 2 dual graphics cards for SLI or Crossfire. So we'll be able to just add these right in here. And let's see here. So we got this one, and then we got this one. Alright, and then we'll just wire these up here, and we should be good to go on this one. Alrighty. We'll just power it on to make sure it boots up. Alright, and we're good to go. So that one will go out here, and I usually just like to quickly put this one, so we'll wrap back around to table 1 again. And that one's for K.Field. So let's see, this one right here. And at the end of this business day, we'll also, before I forget, we'll take a look at the PC Bay, the computer that was broken that I fixed. We'll see where it ended. Let's see, this one is going to be the Feudal Fantasy one, minimum spec. So let's see here. I could just pull this up for reference here. So it was the 1600, 8 gig, so yeah. So we'll go to the power supply, just got a 600 watt for this one. We'll put the mount back on so we don't forget it. He wanted the Seagate, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, Seagate parts are really good, he read, so it's going to be the Seagate external hard drive. Not external hard drive, the storage, just the hard drive. So Seagate here. Close that up. Ended up just going with the Gigabyte. For the motherboard. Alright. And then I think it said 8 gigs of RAM, 8 gigabytes, which I believe I just did 2 of the Mortoni value 4s right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Go back here. Alright, so there's 4, and there's 8. And then the processor is the 1600 by AMD. Thermal paste it. CPU cooler. I believe this one was was it a 3 gigabyte VRAM? Yeah. And we ended up going with this one, so the Radeon R9 280 Gaming by MSI here. Alright, we'll get this wired up and then we'll be right back to it. Alright, so we just have to connect the case here. And we're good to go on that, so we'll go up here and we'll grab our USB drive. We'll power it on, let it boot up, let it get the operating software installed. Alright, and we did get the green light there for the PC can play, so we're good on that one. Holy dust. Holy dust. Okay. So that one's good, so we'll pick this one up here, we'll put it out here. And we can close this out. Alright, so I think this one is the power supply unit, is what I'm hoping. Right off the bat, if I try to power it on, it doesn't do anything. But my god, look at this. Well, everything's dusty except the power supply unit, so that's kind of weird. Maybe it's a glitch. Maybe it's just this, hopefully. I ended up buying this one though, because I can see in the PC status what kind it was. Alright, so we'll saw off the broken one, put this one in here, and hopefully this does it. Alright, and it looks like there was white cabling in here. So we'll get this cabled back up. And I know I might get some comments saying, why aren't you cleaning the dust out first so it doesn't get into the brand new components? Yes, I know. I probably should have done that first, but it's alright. We're going to do it our way. Or my way, I guess. So let's see here. Compressed air. I mean, if you own a gaming PC, would you let it get this dusty? I wouldn't, because nothing would work properly. It's ridiculous. Some of these people don't deserve a gaming PC, to be honest. Let's see here. Just like to circle around it a little bit, make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, that's the power button, never mind. Alright, I think we're good. See if it'll power on now. We'll need this too. Alright, so that did that. Now what we need to do, because it's still diagnose and fix is in the red, we need to install the virus scanner. And let's see how many dodgy sites this guy's been on. Let's see here. Alright, so it's booting back up here. And let's see if Chris has a girlfriend, wife, or none. And it looks like he might have a girlfriend. I'd say if he had like a wife with kids, probably in the 500 range for infected files, just taking my guess. So we'll clean those up here. We're going to uninstall that because I don't like to leave free software. Hopefully he'll use it again and go to dodgy sites and get more viruses and bring it back in. Alright, so that one is good to go, and then we just have this one for a build. So we'll get this one rolling. And that one's good to go. Alright, so this fourth one here is the Adobe Premiere Pro CC. I ended up going with another, oops, gotta remove this first. 600 watt, just standard. I figured out as I started playing this game that that's the right wattage. Don't get the blue screen of death or anything like that, so that's what we're looking for. I also think I tested a PC when I first started just to see the wattage that it was attaining, and it was actually quite a bit lower than 600, so that gives the customer room to do any upgrades that they might want to do. Alright, so we got the motherboard going in here. We ended up going with the 6400 on the i5 core. We'll thermal paste that up. We'll put in a cooler. And then on this one, I believe, since it's a recommended spec, it needed 16. So what we did was, just to space it out evenly, open, okay. Just to space it out evenly, I just filled up the 4 slots with 4 GB each, just to keep it even and just working properly. And then, let's see, I think it was this one. That used one was from a previous job, I believe. Oh, it's actually from the one we just did the 2 dual graphics cards on for the Cryptomaniac one. Alright, so this one's good to go. We'll go back to just the standard black cabling. If they don't ask for cabling, just keep it generic. Could have stuck with the white, which is what it was on, but it's okay. Alright, so we're getting this cabled up here, and then we'll collect on those jobs, and then we will take a look at PCBay to see where the auction ended. Let's see here. Alrighty. Couple more here. And the case. That was the case cable to power up everything to the motherboard. And we'll power it on here. And we'll also get on the side panel so it's ready to go. Alright. That one should be good to go. Alright, and that one's good to go. So let's see here. We'll go back down to the first one here. Need faster graphics for crypto mining. So we dropped in the 2 new graphics cards. And we... What is... That's weird. I don't know what that means. I got 5 half stars? Did she just hack us? Or he, she, Mona? I've never seen that before. Alright, moving on. We got paid for it, so not a big deal. Next was Feudal Fantasy 13. Got full 5 stars on that one. And then next was the broken PC that was all clogged with dust, and then virus removal, and then fixed the power supply unit. So that one, we got 5 stars on that one. And then the last one was Adobe Premiere Pro CC recommended. And we got 5 stars on that one, so awesome. Yeah, I don't know about that Mona one. I've never seen that before. So the next business day we're going to have just a standard PC with custom water cooling again. We'll play around with the lights again, the RGB lights. And then also a PC can play Rocket League minimum spec with G-Skill. Now that I think about it, I think I might have skipped over this part, which is not a big deal. We'll just order it. It's just a stick, probably. So yeah, we'll do those for next time. And then we, or not next time, but like the next business day, same episode. Now if we go in here, I'm just looking for broken PCs first. Alright, so let's see here. So we got final bid was 644. It was 9 bids final. We ended up paying, it was 366. I looked back when we purchased it broken. So we actually did make some money off of it. Even with paying for, I think it was like $200. We made like maybe $100. Just a little side thing to do, so that's kind of cool. So once you hit collect on it, you'll see it's not here anymore. And yeah, so that'll be it for this. So we'll power down here, and we'll come out here, and we'll end the business day. And we'll see you guys on the next business day. Okay, and we're back with the next business day, so we'll fire everything back up here. We just have 2 jobs today. So we'll fire up the work computer here. I just like to check this real quick, make sure there's no... Okay, so that's a PC, but it's not broken, so it's... I mean, it's 39% off, but I'm not going to do it. I just like to do the broken PCs because they're usually like 90% off or more. Let's see here. Okay, so it's a discard. Alright, so yeah, so we got this build here for table 1. That's gonna be A.Falconer, Falconer, maybe, I don't know. And then we're gonna have Decent Malcolm is the next email just for the next build. So we'll have that here. And just real quick, I want to check something. Yeah, I ended up not doing the correct thing. We were supposed to actually get G-Skill components for this one. Or not this one, the next one. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Before I forget about it again. So Rocket League minimum, which I believe was 8 GB for minimum. Can't remember. 5, but I ended up just going with 4 and 4 to make it 8. So we'll go in here. We'll go to memory. Let's see. We'll look for the cheapest G-Skill we can find first. Let's see here. G-Skill. Alright, we're just gonna go with 1 stick then. Alright, so just same day it, not a big deal. And then we can sell off the 2 4 gigabytes. And on this custom cooling, we're gonna do 4 of the 2 gigabytes. And actually, before I forget that as well, so I don't mess this up, on the Rocket League minimum, okay, it was AMD, so I just wanted to make sure before I put in the wrong processor and motherboard, so we're gonna do Intel for this build right here for the custom water cooling. Let's see here. Open those and these. There we go. So just the i3-6100 we went with for the processor. And then we have these 4 2 GB sticks. Just even dispersal. Oops. I do like the sound of when the RAM sticks are going in, because it actually sounds like real life, to be honest. Alright, so... Oh! I forgot we unlocked this 1300 watt, so we're going to give it a shot. It's just another 100 from where we were at for these types of builds. Shouldn't have a problem. Just wanted to buy one. Alright, so... got the hard drive. That's the spot for the graphics card. Before we forget, let's remove this case fan before we go into the water cooling menu. Alright, So we're good here. We'll go into custom water cooling. We'll get the radiator in. And we'll get the reservoir in here. And actually I just realized I forgot to thermal paste up, so we'll have to go back here real quick. Thermal paste. And CPU. I've never messed with custom water cooling in person. I'm not sure if you still need thermal paste if it's custom water cooled or not. I would assume so. But we're just going to assume yes in this case and add the thermal paste. That's why we added it. Alright, and then the piping. So, as per usual, we'll do our normal routing. I like to do this routing because it kind of goes in a counterclockwise circle. Alright, and that, so this all has to be wired up here, so we'll get this wired up and then we'll come right back. Okay, and we're back, so we just have to fill up the coolant. So I'm just gonna see what else I haven't done here yet. What's this white fleck? I don't know what this white fleck is. Let's just check it out here. Oh, it's almost looks like a gel of some sort. Oh, it kind of looks like it'll be like bubbling, kind of a thing. Oh, let's give it a shot. Oh, it looks kind of cool actually. We'll stick with it. Alright, so we got the USB drive in, so we'll go back here, we'll get the side panel on. And we just gotta install the lighting. I'm gonna go with all green today. So let's see, we'll get the lighting up here. Alrighty. We have this one to do still. Alright, so we'll get this set up here. We'll come back to this one, we'll go into the lighting here. So it's all of those except the bottom two, because that's just the keyboard and mouse, which I like to keep red, because that's one of my favorite colors. So we will hit 0 here, and then on green we're going to go full out max. Alrighty. And we'll leave the software on there. Let's see here, real quick. Oh yeah, that definitely looks really cool. We'll keep it like that. Obviously, as per usual, they can change it out however they want. So that one's good to go. We'll stick it out here. And then this one is just a build for Rocket League, the minimum spec. Let's see here, so we'll get this motherboard in here. And then we went with the 1500X is what we needed. We'll thermal paste that up. Put in the cooler for the CPU. We're just going to have one stick because the first G.Skill I saw was 8 gigs, so that one's good to go. Take out the top 2 slots for the graphics card for this motherboard. Power supply in here. And before we forget, we'll put the mount back on. And then the hard drive. And last but not least, the graphics card here. Alright, and we'll get this cabled up here. Let's see. So, oop, damn finicky thing. Before we get into the next episode, I might look into seeing how much it was again for the auto tools in terms of like I should be able to just click one of these and it'll auto cable itself. You just have to make sure to check the color cable you're using in case they need a certain color, the customer does. And then also the self screw or auto screw screw, where I should be able to just hold down X. So like on the motherboard per se, all the screws that we have to put in, I should be able to hold down X and just scroll over them, and it'll start screwing down themselves, which will be a lot easier than just sitting on one until it's done. But I'll look into that for next episode to see if we have enough money to buy that. I do like to stay ahead. I mean, we're close to $40,000, but I do like to stay ahead, so I might want to get a little bit farther ahead before we do that. Did I already do a... I already did it, yep. So let's see here. I'll put the side panel back on. And we'll just let that get the operating software installed and get it booted up here. And then it should turn green and we'll be good to go. So let's see here. And we're up. So this can come out here. Those are good to go, so we'll go and collect. So this one was the custom cooling for CPU and GPU. Just standard parts with the EKWB parts, which is all the water cooling parts. Alright, so we got 5 stars on that one. And then what do we have here? Rocket League minimum. Another 5 stars, so that's good. So yeah, we'll look at what's coming up next for the next episode. And we don't have anything in terms of broken PC to fix or watch over, so we're good on that. So we'll actually just shut it down here, and we'll call it a day. So if you guys like this video, make sure, or like this episode, make sure you hit the like button, and also make sure to subscribe if you're new. Click the bell to turn on notifications, and then you'll get notifications for when I do new uploads. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.